And actually, as I say that, sniper rifle in the hands of the newest EG member, Commonly.
I don't know what that no-scope was compared to some of the other ones we've seen. He just made a bit of a panic shot there, but doesn't matter. 42 to 38, still plenty of ammo left if he wants to use it. 6 shots to be precise. That's more like it. Commonly puts some shots down, but may need to try and get away here with that sniper rifle. Does not want to.
Oh my God!
Commonly! If there was ever a time for him to hit a shot, it was right there. Keeps the sniper rifle alive, and more importantly, managed to buy some time for his teammates.
Yes, and with that death, it ruins the hope of my perfect game score. But in the end, if EG still win this, I'm still going to say I got a perfect prediction.
I don't blame you, because this game has been crazy, Walshy. 43-42. Lunchbox trying to put some shots down. Has to back away, though. 44-42 as Roy shuts down Frosty. EG just needs 6 kills, and it could be down to Lunchbox to pick up a couple. There's the first. Can he find the second? Backs away. Doesn't want to give anything up. Lethal shuts down Snipe down. They just need 5 kills to go 3-2 up in the series.
Yes, and I can't pick out who is going to get these last kills. It is just chaotic situations.
It's tied game at 45-45. You could not ask for a better ending to this game, Walshy.
And I don't know where Snipe can run. It looks like he's finally getting closed in on. Too many members out there, but Rockets did just come up. What squad can get control of him? And it's Lunchbox from Evil Geniuses.
They're trailing by 1 kill. 46-47 misses 2. Maybe forced to potentially charge, and he's going to get baited out. Lethal cleans up the kill. 46-48. Roy desperately trying to chase the kill, but he may have to back out. He's going to get charged. Lethal picks up 2. 49-46. CLG just need 1 more kill. Snipe down needs to stay alive.
Yes, and eventually taken down. I could not see who picked off that last kill. It may have been Royal 2 over at Blue Base, but such a close game, 50-47, and my prediction already down the drain.
Well, I'll give it to you anyway, Walshy, because that game was just full of ESPN top 10s right there. That was bonkers, to say the least. But can we just talk about that play from Lethal right at the very end? He dodged 2 rockets, picked up a kill, escaped, juked back, and got himself a double kill to give CLG the cushion and just need 1 more kill to win that game.
Just prior to this, we're talking throughout these other matches how these top pros are where they're at because of their teamwork and their communication, and not just because they go for flashy plays, but we were proven instantly wrong by some of those no-scopes that we saw from especially Commonly in Royal 2.
Royal 2 spent most of that game with the sniper rifle in hand. 18 kills. 18 kills he managed to end up with there, and you can see EG just going to be talking a little bit about that last game, and that's an interesting point, Walshy. You know, some of the newer viewers watching who may not be used to esports as a whole, if you're in that situation, you've just lost an insanely close game, do you use that time to talk about what happened, or do you want to put that behind you and talk about what's coming up?
Absolutely the latter. You want to put that behind you and talk about the next game coming up. After a match, you can actually talk about what went wrong and how to make changes to your gameplay.
Right.
But during a match, you don't got to focus on like a Eden Slayer when your next game type is a Plaza Strongholds.
And to put this Plaza Strongholds into perspective, Walshy, CLG, they win this, they walk away with XGames gold medals, which is just an unbelievable feat. They've played so well all throughout XGames, but I'm going to have to say it. I want to see EG win this. I want it to go to Game 7, especially after that last Slayer. I mean, oh my goodness.
You know what? I was wrong about the first game, and if I'm wrong about every game, we could see a Game 7
Let's
in
go.
favor of EG.
Let's go, Game 7. Yeah, that would actually give you the most correct predictions out of any caster here. So technically, I see what you're trying. Reverse psychology. I see what you're trying to do, Walshy. I see what you're trying to do. But as it stands, CLG, of course, do lead this gold medal matchup 3 maps to 2, putting them just 1 map away from that unprecedented X Games gold. Heading over to the next map, though, what are your thoughts?
Well, one thing I'm just thinking of is we are so blessed here at X Games because normally matches are best of 5s. However, here at X Games, we have a best of 7. Normally the series would be done and over with, and we'd be crowning a champion. But EG still has a chance. It's no easy feat by any means, but it's a chance.
Of course, there you can see the fan vote coming from everyone watching at home. Just if you would like to partake in that, just tweet at Halo with hashtag HaloWC, hashtag CLG, or hashtag EG. Currently, Evil Geniuses, though, with a massive lead in that, 72% to just 28 for CLG. But that man on your screen right there, Lethal, who left Evil Geniuses to join CLG. He's going to be perfectly happy with that fan vote. He doesn't care. He's 3-2.
No, he does not care. He likes causing some turmoil within the community. So
I think that's fair to say. He was definitely the start.
It.
He was the the flap of the butterfly's wings that caused so many roster changes in the past couple of months. But either way, CLG right now look like the best team in the world when you see some fantastic clutches like we just saw there. But Evil Geniuses definitely holding strong and being very, very close to them.
In my eyes, if CLG were to win this event, That would solidify them as the #1 seed in my eyes going
Okay.
into the North American regionals after that.
I think
but
that's fair enough to say.
same time, no one cares about the event after this at the moment. They're worried about X Games gold medals.
Of course, that is honestly what has been the talk all around the venue. Whenever you're talking to any of the players, they say, yep, X Games gold medal, X Games gold medal, X Games gold medal. Means so much to so many of these players. But, you know, again, let's talk about this next map. Strongholds Plaza, the players are just getting ready to load this one up. Realistically, who do you think is the better team? Obviously, let's say for now that we don't want to just see that Game 7, and we don't both want to see EG win. Realistically, who does a map like this play stronger into? Is it CLG?
Well, last time we saw a Strongholds game, EG won it 100-66.
Good point. Good point. So we'll have to wait and see if they can try and replicate that and force a Game 7 here in the X Games Grand Final. Plaza Strongholds underway, kicking things off on board with Snipedown.
And it looks like just barely fumbled that jump trying to hit that light post, but in the end, he's still going to walk away with this camo. Grabs it at the 11:50 mark, which means it's going to spawn 2 minutes later at the 9:50 mark.
Maybe a blessing in disguise, if you will, by missing that jump. What they do, as you said, get control of camo, but they need to try and get control of Nest. Nest and bottom middle, very much the preferred 2 Strongholds. And again, if you are just tuning in into this Halo Grand Final, this gold medal matchup, Strongholds first to 100-point wins, control 2 or more Strongholds to earn points. And that's exactly what Evil Geniuses have been able to do. They get bottom middle, and you expect to see them now head up towards Nest and get that second Stronghold exactly like that. Now they're going to score points.
And look at the beginning of this match. Neither team went for yard. It's just a testament to how popular this bottom middle / Nest strategy is. What happens in most maps that have a Stronghold game type on it is there are 2 Strongholds that can be guarded from a single position. So right now, Snipedown can help bottom middle, and he can look over to his right and actually look at Nest. And look at that kill feed, 3 members down. Snipedown being so aware of the spawn system, throwing grenades near the camo spawn just to make sure CLG spawns in yard, and that's exactly what happens.
So heads up, forces that CLG spawn so far away, and of course, every second counts because it's seconds equals points essentially in this game mode. So the further they spawn away, the more points Evil Geniuses is going to be able to rack up uncontested. And again, that kill feed looking good for Evil Geniuses for now. And Snipedown may actually have to think about potentially resetting. Does pick up the kill on Frosty and gets the reset bot mid. Fantastic reactions right there from him.
That's absolutely huge. Now, explain to some of our newer viewers out there, what is a reset on the Stronghold?
So, for example, let's use bottom mid right now as a prime example. CLG jump on bottom middle. You'll see that little circle start to go, and it's basically the length of the capture. But if you kill the opposition player whilst they're on the Stronghold, it will still stay at that mark it previously was. So you need to jump back on the Stronghold to reset it back down to 0.
So unlike the team that's capturing it, the defending team can just step in it for a split second and bring it back to a full capture point.
Yes, exactly that. And you just saw a prime example of that from Snipedown himself. But early on in this game, Walsh, I can't believe I'm going to say it, we just went from an insanely close last game to Evil Geniuses just locking this one down. CLG yet to get a point.
I tried to jump on with Snipedown to see if he's going to get that second camo. I'm trying to see who has it, and it looks like in the hands of Lethal, the former Evil Geniuses member. See what we can do with this camo to hopefully get control of the map again.
Oh, and it was Lunchbox who was waiting for Lethal, but Lethal able to use that camo wisely. Now jumps on top Nest. Should be able to get this capture, and CLG will start earning points.
And Lethal getting in such a commanding position right here above Sniper because he can see so many angles. Not only can he see that cross over from Cafe, he can look over at Cinema Stairs, he can look towards Bomb Center. And I gotta wonder, was that a mistake to jump towards Bomb Center?
I mean, they were able to get that capture, so for now it could be beneficial. Frosty had to go big though for that, but immediately everyone from CLG does fall. Lunchbox floods on towards bottom middle. They know exactly where they're spawning, and they are now going to regain that 2-to-1 Stronghold advantage.
So look at the difference in those times. Evil Geniuses, when they had a full setup, had 42 seconds, whereas CLG, they seemingly only got 7 seconds. I just feel like EG's full setup right now is somehow stronger.
It definitely is. It's a really good observation that when they do get that full setup, they're just earning so much more points from that. The reward is just so much greater. As Lunchbox now with Royal 2 in front will pick up the assist there. A little bit of help from Snipedown came in. For now, though, CLG do have 2 Strongholds, so they will be reducing that deficit. Commonly needs to try and stay alive here as he makes his way back over towards Nest, but wants to defend bottom middle. Put some good shots down. He's completely pinned in a corner, just trying to do as much damage as he possibly can and buy time for his teammates.
Yeah, he's buying time, and it looks like it was time well spent because it looks like EG opts just to stop the bleeding. By stop the bleeding, I mean they capture yard instead of going for the ideal situations outside.
Yep, and they did not want to allow that trip cap to gain too much momentum and, of course, reduce that lead too massively as Roy jump up top. Let's see exactly what's going through his mind. Will he potentially try and drop down bottom middle? Maybe not yet. Waiting for more kills to come in from his teammates. Snipdown just down lethal. This could be that push, but sadly, it will be thwarted by those grenades.
Yes, and there was some great cross-map shots from Snipdown off screen to allow this push up by Conley. It looks like that's the go sign for EG to push towards Nest.
Roy just slowly and sneakily trying to put himself in a position where he can use his railgun effectively, and that was the shot he was looking for. Cleans up lethal, and that kill will allow his teammates to capture Nest. But just as that happens, you can now see Frosty rotating all the way around the outside, going up towards elevator.
The more important part about that kill on Lethal was Lethal actually had camo. So that was a huge kill to at least get him off the map.
Oh, Frosty will take Nest back, so CLG regain 2 stronghold advantage here. And somehow Frosty has been able to just completely escape. Has Railgun out, kills Lunchbox, looking for the double kill on Snipdown. Will he be able to get it? Doesn't matter. Lethal there for the support. And look at that score. What was at one point a dominating Evil Genius's lead has now become a very fragile one at that. And more importantly, CLG reducing it by a second.
CLG showing that they can hold full setups too, and just as dominant as EG, as you see, a 3-second game right now.
Beating for Frosty to try and pick up another kill, but unfortunately couldn't charge Railgun quick enough. And look how aggressive Frosty's being, desperately trying to hunt down Snipdown there as he does pick up that kill. They're being so aggressive towards Yard. You have to question,
strategy.
Are they potentially worried here about flipping the spawns?
It seems like EG, when they had Railgun, they would sit way back on their side. We saw Snipdown sitting way back towards Battle Rifle, whereas Frosty is up front, and that might cost him because not only does he give up his death, he gives up that power weapon.
Snakebite, though, is able to pick up 1 kill on Roy. Needs to defend bottom middle. It will be commonly, and he falls very, very quickly. Snakebite doing a fantastic job of putting down shots over towards bottom middle. Royal 2 now, though. What can he do? As unfortunately, he will fall bottom middle. It has been 50% of the way captured. Lunchbox is on it. Lethal looking to try and go for the reset and will get the reset. Does fall, though. Lots of kills being traded, but more importantly, it's CLG now who have taken the lead in this game. 66-51. As I say that, though, Evil Genius's Snipdown captures Nest, and it's a trip cap for EG. They are going to massively reduce that lead.
Yes, and I'm surprised Snipdown did not check below him because I believe Camo has to be coming up any second. Unless I somehow missed off my screen, you got to think Coach Towie would be on top of that.
Oh, absolutely. That's exactly his role. But for now, it seems that they're more worried about just reducing that lead. And it's going to be Commonly who does grab Camo. And if he can defend Nest, that is going to be so big for Evil Geniuses. And they're about to tie up the game, of course. To put this into perspective, if CLG win this map, they win X Games Gold. Evil Geniuses are hanging on by the skin of their teeth.
And this is up to Roy to try and get this reset. But there were 2 members down there. Roy's trying to take down his former teammate Lethal, not able to find him. And I think it's going to be too late. He was able to actually take down Lethal.
How did that grenade?
I don't know how he's even still alive.
That was
Roy
some
just doing
grenade.
such a great job staying alive and buying time for his team.
For now, though, it is still EG who managed to get that 2 strongholds back. A big fight going on towards bottom middle. Snipdown wins that kill on Frosty. They should be able to reset bottom middle as well and force CLG to rethink their approach here. Commonly able to shut down Lethal once again. Snipdown putting down so many good shots. Commonly picks up another big double kill. Lunchbox with 3, and you have to ask the question, is CLG throwing this game away?
No, yeah, I guess you could say they were a little over-aggressive there, but I don't think that's throwing away. They still have their priorities right. They're pushing towards Bomb Center. They're pushing towards Nest. It just seems like EG are out-executing, and this is a weird position by Snipdown. I guess I like his idea because he can get shots on Nest and in Bomb Center, but it seems like CLG's strategy is just a bit more aggressive. It seems like they opt to not give up as much ground.
Big kill from Snipdown on Lethal there. Stops any aggression from CLG over towards Nest, and for now, will keep CLG at bay. Looking at that score, 85-73 in favor of EG as they desperately try and force that Game 7 here in the gold medal match. We'll see if anyone from CLG can break through, but Snipdown not missing any shots on former teammate Lethal. However, bottom mid has started to be captured. Snipdown needs to go big here, buy some time. 2 players go down. Lunchbox now with Railgun will reset bottom mid. That's a fantastic play from him.
Yes, and he's just buying time. He realizes they are only 8 seconds away, and he's not going to challenge us because he realizes that there are 2 members of CLG and Bomb Center taken down eventually, but CLG might not get the capture.
Commonly is just going so big, staying alive. Can he pick up the kill? He trades it. A bottom middle gets reset. That is a fantastic play coming out from the young gun. And look at that score, 98-73. With that, Nest is being captured, but I don't think they're going to get it in time. Evil Geniuses force a Game 7. And look at that boost, Walshy.
Oh my God. We could not ask for a better match than this. so much back and forth at the end there. And CLG, just knowing that they got that bottom center cap, they could have turned it back. And there are a lot of EG fans here and obviously online, based on our Twitter posts.
Absolutely, EG with a huge fan base. The EG chant breaking out after every fantastic play from them. And you look at the scoreboard, but it definitely does not tell you the full story there. Roy, 23 kills, 10 assists, 15 deaths. Snapdown, 17 kills, 8 assists, 14 deaths. Commonly, though, the player I really want to highlight had only 15 kills, 14 assists, though, 14 deaths. Pretty much even across the board. But he was making some of the most individual clutch plays in that game. That play bottom middle wins Evil Geniuses the game.
Yes, and what incredible plays by both squads. I mean, it's interesting seeing these different strategies match up against each other.
Game 7, let's go. I mean, could you ask for a better X Games final, Walshy?
No.
You just couldn't. It's been
a Game
back
7
and
for
forth.
the gold medal is the best you could ask for.
All right, the question I have to ask you, the pressure, what's going through these guys' minds? Game 7, X Games gold. I mean, what's the closest comparison you can give me?
Oh my gosh. I can't come up with a witty analogy right now, man. Usually I come up with something ridiculous, but right now I'm at a loss for words before this Game 7 match.
It's just absolutely crazy. Let's take a look at the series recap one more time. If you are just tuning in and missed some of those early games, it's been a pretty epic grand final, that's for sure, and it's fitting that between these two great teams in Halo Esports, it goes all the way to that final map. To recap, Coliseum CTF, where it started so long ago, CLG won 3-2. Evil Geniuses then won Truth Slayer 50-39. Rick Strongholds went in favor of EG once again. However, this is where CLG fought back. Fathom CTF a 3-2, close game. Then Eden Slayer, which was an absolute just ridiculous game, 50-47, and then Evil Genius at 173.
I want them to keep the series layout up for just a second longer because look at these breakdowns. If you look at both flag games, favor of CLG.
Yep.
Both Stronghold games in favor of EG. Now when it comes down to Team Slayer, you have one for EG, one for CLG.
Lord.
Who's going to take the third one?
It's flip of a coin at this point, I really think. It's just absolutely ridiculous, back and forth. And there, of course, everyone on social media voting at home. Hashtag CLG, hashtag EG. Make sure you tweet at Halo with the hashtag HaloWC for your votes to be counted. Currently 67% in EG's favor to just 33% for CLG. But as you said, that was such a good point out there of exactly how this series has panned out. Both teams winning one Slayer makes this last Slayer so much more interesting. We're going to regret, though. So from what you've seen from both teams' play styles, does one team have an advantage here? Does this suit CLG's longevity of gameplay?
I haven't seen CLG play much regret. However, when we watched Evil Geniuses play against Allegiance on this game type, they got stomped. I believe it was like a 50-33 in favor of Allegiance. So that does not bode well for Evil Geniuses based on that result.
Of course, there a look at the X Games gold medals. Such beautiful things. What, of course, are two teams currently competing for. One map to decide whether you walk away with a gold medal or a silver medal. The pressure has never been higher for these players, and honestly, so excited to get Game 7 underway, Walsh. It has been just such an awesome time here at the Winter X Games here in Aspen. Went snowboarding, that was fun.
That was incredible.
Watched some great Halo, that's been pretty fun as well, gonna be honest. But as we say that, Game 7 is loading up. Regret Slayer, let's go.
Yes, the focal points are going to be getting that overshield bomb center, getting the fuel rod on top pink, and most importantly, controlling top center. Because when you control top center, you have angles on every portion of the map.
All right, kicking things off in Game 7 for our gold medal match. It's win and you walk away with X Games gold at this point. On board with Lunchbox, already putting lots of shots down over towards OS. No one able to grab that just yet. A couple of kills going down in the game, tied 1-1. There's nothing too crazy going on. Snakebite, though, was able to grab OS and, more importantly, get out with full usage of that.
Yes, and for those unfamiliar with OS, it gives you an extra layer of shield, but at the same time, it will depreciate over time, so he wants to make use of this immediately.
Yeah, so you expect to see those OS players play a little bit more aggressive than maybe they normally would, just to try and get extra use, but Snapdown says, see that OS you got? Nah, not anymore, my friend. Picks up a nice double kill and also ties up the game 4-4.
Snapdown making good use of that plasma pistol combo, and just a step ahead of Royal 2, getting that new combo medal, taken down by Frosty, jumping on with Snapdown's teammate Lunchbox, who was also taken down. This is just absolute back and forth madness.
It's chaos at the early parts of this game, that is for sure. CLG do have that lead. 7-6 fuel rod cannon in possession of this man. Commonly, the new fourth and the new addition to Evil Geniuses before this event. Had that big question mark over his head, but has really performed at the top level here at the Winter X Games, and it'd be fitting to see him go off here in this Game 7.
And this is missed opportunity right there by Comley because he realizes they have to get some sort of pick before they push out. All the members of Evil Geniuses are stuck in one base, and looks like they're making a coordinated push towards Carbine side.
Commonly still with one shot left in Fuel Rod Cannon, will not be able to connect with that. Throws out the grenade, now goes for the pistol. Lunchbox has some good support. Game tied once again at 9-9. Nothing can separate these two teams just yet. Walsh, I think we should just take advantage of this, of us being casters, and say, let's make it a best of 11. I don't want the series to end.
I would love to see it go to, why stop there? Why not go to like best of 15?
I'm
best of
100% okay with that, as I'm sure everybody watching at home would be as well. But sadly, we can't make those rules, which is pretty unfortunate for everyone watching, I'm sure. But on board now with Snipedown.
Now, unfortunately, EG's not only down just by 2 kills, they're also down in position. Roy is trying to change that, however, by sneaking around towards top center with the crouch, walking, and sneaking up there. But can it be enough? Because Fuel Rod's coming up, and Overshield should be up any second.
Starting to see CLG potentially build themselves a lead, but it's immediately thwarted by Commonly, who picks up 2 with Fuel Rod, and more importantly, Snipedown has OS as well, so both big key power weapons and power-ups controlled by EG.
Evil Geniuses turned that around. I said that they were down by 2 kills and in inferior position, and now not only do they have better position, they have Overshield and Fuel Rod Cannon. 3 members down for CLG. A misfire by Comley. Hopefully that doesn't come back to bite him.
That was a big win from Lethal, taking advantage of that missed first shot. Roy with the perfect kill on Frosty. The lead at 3, gets the assist as Snipedown cleans up Lethal, and you are starting to see Evil Geniuses gain a little bit of momentum. Just the look at the call-outs coming in from EG right now. You can see it in Roy's face as he's playing. Can they continuously build this lead there? That's the question. Roy being so patient with that DMR, waiting for plays to push him.
One thing I want to point out in this game is its fast-paced action, and who does that favor? Evil Geniuses. CLG is desperately trying to get some control of the map and slow it down a bit. And look at this, kill after kill. Snipedown with a Top Gun medal and a perfect kill medal. Let's stick with him through the respawn.
Just not allowing CLG out of their base. They have them completely trapped, and what was a neck-and-neck game now is massively in favor of Evil Geniuses. The lead at 7 kills. It just shows you how quickly things can change. When you get power weapon and power up control, Lunchbox does fall. CLG getting back-to-back kills. Can Snakebite find a 3rd though? That's the question. Trailing by 6 kills now as Commonly cleans up the grenade.
Yep, leaving Snakebite and going on to the dub Frostbite combo. Frosty seeing what he can do to get control of this top Carbine area. They are down by 7 kills, and Overshield's coming up any second.
Couple of kills going in favor of Evil Geniuses once again. Frosty on your screen putting a lot of shots down, but just cannot escape Evil Geniuses' aggression. Commonly hits a perfect. So many perfects coming in from EG. It's as if they are thriving under the pressure of this Game 7.
Yes, and I'm trying to look and see if anyone from CLG are in position to contest this Overshield. Looks like Royal 2 is, but I cannot see who's grabbing it.
He's able to pick up the 2nd kill on Roy. Put a lot of shots down. Instead, just jumps on the OS. Can he get away with it? Yes, he can.
That is massive.
Royal 2 going big for CLG. Frosty cleans up Lunchbox. A look at the score, though. It is still increasing in favor of Evil Geniuses. 35-26. They have to use this OS. They have to be efficient with it. They cannot allow Royal 2 to get rushed and lose that advantage.
Royal 2's goal right now is to use this Overshield as a buffer to get control of top center. He realizes if they get control of top center, they can flip the spawns on EG.
My lord.
And, wow, look at that perfect / double kill by Royal 2.
And he's not finished just yet. He's trying to challenge for the triple kill. I don't think it was enough time, but look at that score. He has been able to reduce it now down to 7 as he does get traded. But Evil Geniuses are 13 kills away from walking away with X Games gold on board with Snakebite now for CLG. Desperate to do everything to prevent it. We'll see, can he now try and get control of that top mid area, something CLG have struggled all map to do.
Yes, and both these squads vying for that top center spot. You see Snakebite getting challenged there, but wisely backing down, getting help from his teammates, and once again, jumping towards top center to get control of it.
It's worth mentioning at this point, trades are not beneficial for CLG because EG have such a prominent lead in this game. Still a 6-kill game, and you can maybe expect to see the tempo slow down a little bit, which is exactly what you don't want to see from Evil Geniuses. Keep playing at this pace.
Yes.
CLG can't handle it.
They just gotta go kill for kill, keep at least some sort of presence on the map, and keep it fast-paced. And that's going to be not too much of a problem, seeing how Overshield is coming up in about 25 seconds.
This is going to be so important. Whoever can get control of this next Overshield potentially could walk away with a win. Unfortunately, Snakebite gets caught top middle. He will fall. 35-41. Frosty with a couple of players top mid. Can he try and escape? He's going to have to try, but he's going to fall as well. 43-36. Just like that, Evil Geniuses storm into the lead. It was Royal 2 who made the nice play last time OS spawned. He's going to be forced to try and do something similar once again.
Yes, This game depends on CLG getting control of this next overshield. Looks like he's trying to take down Snipedown, who has the fuel rod, but in the end, Overshield's what's going to determine this fight, and looks like Snakebite has it. This is the opportunity CLG needed.
Potentially CLG could do this, but they need to win these trades. Lethal was able to shut down Lunchbox. Roy responds with a kill of his own on Lethal, though. 39-45. Evil Genius is 5 kills away from XGames Gold. CLG trailing pretty heavily at this point. They need 11 of their own, but they need to use this OS efficiently again. Get control of top mid.
Yes, they need to use that Overshield as some sort of bait by pushing top center, soaking up some damage, and eventually getting control, because they just can't sit back and go for kill for kill. It looks like CLG is playing passive. They have the weapons, they have the power-ups, and look at this. Snakebite running away, eventually taken down. Snipedown in the EG squad, smell blood as they have 49 kills.
And Frosty's gonna get killed as well by Snipedown. Here's the new combo, and look at what it means to Evil Geniuses. Your XGames Gold medalists just erupt in the booth. And as you said, Walshy, a little bit of a misplay from CLG at the end, but Evil Geniuses, they don't care about that. They just won XGames Gold.
And oh my God, you know EG have to be feeling good, proving their former teammate Lethal wrong, saying, you made the wrong decision. You left the squad that won the X Games Gold medal.
Yep, it doesn't matter what happened online. It doesn't matter what happened in groups. All that matters is when you played for X Games Gold, Evil Geniuses came out on top. A fantastic performance from the Evil Geniuses lineup.
And wow, you cannot ask for anything better. What a matchup. Series was tied 3-3. It was forced to a Game 7 on Slayer on regret. EG comes out on top. It was back and forth the entire game, and just wow, I am completely speechless. The first ever X Games Gold medal, or first ever X Games Halo ever in the history, and it goes to Evil Geniuses, bringing home the gold. So if you didn't understand what they were talking about earlier with Lethal, Lethal was originally on Evil Geniuses, and he made a last-minute decision to switch over to the team CLG, and I personally think it was a good decision, but EG was able to pick up Commonly, which I've always said that Commonly was a top 10 player in all of Halo 5, and I was proven right. So if anybody could fill Lethal's shoes, it would be Commonly, especially if any of the free agents that were left, it would be Commonly for sure. Just wow, oh my, what a series, what a series. Xbox Gold medal, or X Games Gold medal, goes to Evil Geniuses.
Considering we had the 8 best teams in the world competing here, but very, very different mood for CLG. Of course, they had that game in their grasp, and they just couldn't close it out. But Evil Geniuses, of course, absolutely ecstatic. And it does make the question, do they have 5 gold medals for Towie?
Ooh, I don't know.
Maybe Towie's going to like chop up a little bit.
Subject.
Yeah, actually, I probably shouldn't say that. But either way, Evil Geniuses, once again, a huge congratulations to them. And when you look at that series, I believe that means you, as all the casting predictions, were the most correct.
Probably. I wouldn't be surprised. I usually am.
This guy. So congrats on that. You got the most points. Yeah, a lot. Congrats. But once again, Evil Geniuses coming out, taking X Games Gold in emphatic fashion at Game 7. You couldn't have asked for anything better, could you?
No, that was absolutely incredible. And you just saw CLG either collapse under pressure or just change the gameplay at the very end, because originally they had to slow down the game pace, because EG were just rolling them over. They were just getting kill after kill. They always had numbers. But at the end of the game, when CLG had numbers, they had, there's an equal 4-on-4 situation. They had Fuel Rod Cannon, Overshield. They just played so passive. They sat in that confined area and allowed EG to bank in some grenades and basically negate that entire Overshield. Whereas if Snakebite had just been a little more aggressive, just pushed out, created an opportunity, and jumped towards top center, all of CLG could have maybe thrived in that chaotic situation, pushed out, gotten some kills.
Well, as we said, congratulations once again to Evil Geniuses on that X Games Gold medalist. That's crazy to say, and I'm sure they're ecstatic themselves. Let's actually go down to the floor with Bravo and Evil Geniuses and find out their thoughts and emotions.
All right, thanks, Ben. What a series we had down here. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Evil Geniuses, your XGames gold medalists here. The first Halo players to ever take home XGames gold here at Winter X in Aspen. EG, let me get in the middle here. Let me ask you guys some questions. What an absolutely insane series. Every single one of you are shaking when you walked up here. Walk me through the whole series. You're facing against CLG, undefeated through the entire tournament, right? Haven't dropped the game on LAN in North America. How do you go into that series?
I mean, to be honest, we went in with the mentality of we have nothing to lose. I mean, I would say that 95% of the public thought that CLG was going to beat us in that series. And in hindsight, the games that they won were 3-2, 50-47, 3-2. And the games that we beat them were honestly pretty dominant, to be honest.
Eric, there were some words exchanged before the interview, during the interview with Lethal. Tell me, I mean, Walshy made a few comments about how you do not want to fire you up. You don't want to strike a match to gasoline. How fired up were you in that first series, in the first game?
I told him before it started, the last person that said that to me lost the series, and they lost the series too. So if you're going to talk trash, better back it up, and we took that series home.
Possibly a lesson learned for other players who want to talk trash to snipe down before a match. Towie, you got to be super proud of these guys. Talk to me about the coordination, you guys, to get through all 7 of those games. What was required on the communication level?
I mean, to be honest, we just slowed it down. You know, we played our game. We felt like we maybe didn't play our best yesterday, but you know, we really showed what we're worth today, and we are going to bring our game to regionals and to the Halo World Championship.
Hammy, you said it yourself. This is your rookie season here. You're a brand new player. These guys believed in you to bring home XGames gold. You've done it. What are you thinking right now? What's going through your head?
It's honestly just crazy. I came in here trying to win, but I don't know. It just it's just awesome, yeah.
He told us no at first when we asked him to team with us, just throwing that out there. We had to talk him into it, and he's probably happy he joined now.
Jason, I got to ask you one thing about that last match. We were sitting here watching in the front row. It's about 43-37. CLG has Fuel Rod, Fresh Fuel Rod, and Overshield. And somehow in the bottom right of the kill feed, you guys are still getting kills. How do you win the game without the power weapon or the power up?
I think that's been the biggest problem since we've picked up Hammy, and even with TJ, is that we are very undisciplined in some Slayers, and this Slayer we were as disciplined as we could have been. You know, we knew where the OS guy was, we were avoiding him, and you know, killing his teammates. And I mean, we just played it very well in that scenario. All 4 were top center at the end at one point and killed them all, and then you know, we all just collapsed on him in the base to get the last kill.
I saw you guys erupt in the booth. You've got to be so stoked. You're the first Halo players to win XGames gold medals here in Aspen. Congrats to all of you, ladies and gentlemen. Give it up for Evil Geniuses, your XGames gold medalists. Back to you guys in the booth.
Nothing but smiles, as you would expect from the boys of Evil Geniuses. Interesting, they had to convince Commonwealth to team with them. I'm not sure. That can't be true, surely. Who would turn down teaming with 3 of the best Halo players to grace the game? But nevertheless, a fantastic overall tournament for Evil Geniuses. There was a little bit of doubt when they lost in group stages to CLG 3-0, but they come back and managed to take it in a Game 7. And there, of course, you see those lovely gold medals, and I feel bad because Towie doesn't actually have one.
Oh man, dude, why'd you have to bring it up?
I'm sorry. I'm sure they'll get one made just specifically for Towie. But I mean, it looks as if it's almost a little bit of look of relief on Evil Genius's face, because coming in, I think there was a lot more, not necessarily doubt, but there was other teams who people were making arguments could potentially win this event, which isn't something Evil Genius has been used to. They've been used to going to events saying, oh, no, we're going to win this event, and everyone kind of just predicted them to win.
It's rare to hear that percentage come out of Roy's mouth where he said 95% of the people thought that CLG were going to win the series. That's nothing you ever really hear from a match that Evil Geniuses are a part of.
Yeah, it's very, very strange. But as I said, a little bit of relief, it seemed like, as well as nothing but ecstasy, really, from that whole squad. And, of course, here was the bracket, exactly how it panned out. The action started early on this morning with the semifinal. CLG stormed Renegades 4-0. Evil Geniuses, a little bit of a fight they had to make as they went up against Allegiance, winning 4-2. Of course, in the bronze medal match, Allegiance took that one home convincingly 4-0 before the gold medal matchup goes all the way to the final Game 7. 4-3 victory for Evil Geniuses, and I believe, if I'm not mistaken, that was the only game in the entire tournament that went to a last map.
The only 4 games that CLG lost this entire tournament.
Boom.
In the finals.
Exactly that. Let's take a look, of course, at the prizing payout. And it's been extremely, extremely entertaining watching all weekend. Of course, commiserations to everyone that finished 5th through 8th. Dream Team, Epsilon, Team Liquid, and Penta Sports. More specifically, Team Liquid, they're definitely going to have to go back to the drawing board before heading over towards regionals. Definitely try and change up a couple of things. 4th place, Renegades. 3rd place, our bronze medalist, Allegiance, the #1 North American seed. They walk away with that bronze medal. Silver medal, CLG. And, of course, our gold medalists, Evil Geniuses.
Just an incredible week of Halo so far, and we could have asked for better storylines and a better finale to that last match, because just seeing EG versus CLG, that 43-47 situation in Game 7 where EG defying all odds, defying the power-up in odds, and coming back and winning that game, proving their former teammate Lethal wrong.
Absolutely, and of course, this event, not about the money. It was all about the prestige and the X Games Gold. However, the Halo World Championship, that is where the big money is. The current prize pool, $2 million. It is massive, and it is ever growing as well. That is the key. Thanks to crowdfunding, rack packs, all sorts of goodies. That is only going to get bigger. Of course, first place of that, $800,000. Well, that is mind-blowing.
And one thing about this weekend that shakes up the Halo World Championship is that in the 3 most recent events, we saw, obviously, the X Games here in Aspen, EG coming ahead. We saw the most recent NA ladder, where CLG came ahead, and we have the 3rd squad, Allegiance, who had won the majority of the online ladders. Right now, I don't think there's a clearly defined #1 squad. Had CLG won this, I would say, guess what? They won the most recent online event and the most recent major live event. However, that's not the case.
That's true. That's true. So definitely you're starting to see teams develop into different tiers. I think that's definitely fair to say. But the action from X Games isn't over for Halo 5. We actually have a lot of stuff going on tomorrow. Here's a look. Pre-game starts at 11 a.m. before we have a celebrity match at 11:15. And then the match I'm super excited about is the All-Star match, 12:30 p.m. Walshy and Elamite going toe-to-toe, battle of the coaches. Man, don't let me down, man. Don't let me down. I spent more time with you in the booth this weekend, so I have to vote for you in that head-to-head. You cannot let me down. You need to beat Elamite.
I mean, I don't want to take any shots here because it's kind of undeserved if I take the shot Liquid. But Liquid didn't play so well, and Elamite's currently the coach of Liquid.
Ooh, shots fired.
I didn't. You made me do that. You made me do that.
No, I did not make you say a thing. That came out of your mouth, not mine. Of course, if you are more interested in more competitive Halo, the Asian qualifier will also be going on twitch.tv/Halo, so you can check that out there. But from myself and Walshy, that is going to conclude today's coverage. Congratulations once again to Evil Geniuses on your gold medals.